House of Representatives has called on the federal government to urgently implement the Export Prohibition Act 2004 to address food smuggling and mitigate food insecurity in Nigeria. They also recommended that the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security offer more incentives to boost agricultural production, following a motion sponsored by Honorable Mokhtar Shagaya titled Need to Curb Export Prohibition Act to Curb Insecurity in Nigeria. The House emphasized that food smuggling is a major contributor to the nation's food shortages, inflation, and insecurity, further exacerbating hunger and hardship across the country. Now, committees on agriculture, customs, commerce, and industry were directed to ensure compliance and report back within 4 weeks for further legislative action. The House expressed concern over reports from the World Bank and the International Rescue Committee indicating that over 31.8 million Nigerians, representing about 16% of the population, are suffering from severe food insecurity and malnutrition. Okay, implementing the act is seen as essential for curbing the illegal food export, securing local food availability. I would like to ask you on the percentage of people that are suffering from food insecurity in Nigeria. What are your thoughts on that particular percentage?
Well, it's still within the realm of speculations and guesswork. We just talked about the unavailability of dependable data and statistics. So we all are aware that there is hunger in the land, there is food shortages and all of that. And the most cause of that, for me, is as a result of the inability of the government to provide security for farmers. Now, there's nothing wrong in exporting food. There are nations of the world that are cashing out of foods, exporting business and all of that. But we have a case where farmers are paying taxes to bandits and, terrorists, and it's equally affecting.
Paying taxes to bandits?
Yeah. I'm telling you for free. I'm sure you're aware. Just recently, a notorious bandit kingpin by the name Tuji Bello, what they call him these days, came out to say that he has reduced the taxes from, I think, a certain amount to a more, affordable amount for the people. And it's really quite unfortunate that even you have bandit leaders who have shown more compassion to the people than the government. But I don't want to go into that. What I'm saying here is farmers have complained times without number that the activities of banditry is affecting their farming activities. So I think that should have been properly looked into. I see nothing wrong in trying to ensure that, the people within the Nigerian geographical space get more before you think of feeding those outside. But then again, let us also look at the root cause of, the problem we are facing today. You don't cut off a tree from, from the top. You cut it down from the roots. That is when you've addressed the issue. So for me, I feel that is one of those their usual antics of trying to. So you're saying
insecurity on the farm has led to the smuggling?
That is the major cause. It's not the cause of the smuggling. It's not the cause of the smuggling. And if you go to those farm settlements, those communities that are occupying the border towns of this country that easily, move their products out of the country, they've been doing these things long before now. It's like a business, unless, of course, the government, they want to come and tell us that perhaps they're not getting what they should get in terms of revenue and all of that. But if you want to look at the issue critically as they truly are, the problem facing food shortages in this country, the causative factor, the major one is as a result of farmers not getting adequate security to go into their farms and do their farming activity. That is the major issue. All these other ones are just window dressing. Once you want to tackle the matter, face it squarely, and you get results. People who have been doing businesses before, I don't know the way and manner that they've been, pushing their products out from the country. But then again, like I've said before, and I will continue to repeat myself, when farmers are not secured, if they are not guaranteed that adequate security when they are doing their farming activities is going to affect productivity. So that is the major cause of the food shortages that we have.
At the end of the day, smoggling is smuggling. There's no way we want to
smuggling in itself is a criminal activity. So that's why I'm telling you now that it is not as a result of these people taking. This is not. They did just start today. I'm not trying to, rationalize smuggling activities. What I'm saying is the major cause of shortages of food and food products in this country, while we are buying a cup of gari at the rate of almost 700-800 naira, as the case may be, while we can no longer buy a bag of rice less than 100,000 naira. It's not because of the result of smuggling activities. So a lot of farmers not being able to go into their farm freely, sow their seeds, harvest their crops, and come out. Now, I just told you, you can go and do your findings that farmers are complaining that they are paying heavy taxes to bandits within our Nigerian space. Non-state actors are running this country, and it is as though everything is okay. So the House of Reps and the National Assembly members, they know the problem of this country. They should address it as it should be addressed. They shouldn't be trying to, mesmerize us with all this kind of, caricatures.
At the end of the day, we call for these things as, we call for these things as the solution.
No, but I just told you that is not the solution.
Oh, that's not the solution.
Because that is not the problem.
Okay, let's hear from Alfredo.
This topic is very laughable. I would like to ask you, an opting time, what are they smuggling? A dying man smuggling what? We have heavy food insecurity here in Nigeria, and we are talking about smuggling. Have you ever gone to the market and you see the quality of food we have in our local markets?
You're saying food's not even enough inside.
It's not even enough. If you look at the vegetables, you will see that these people are merely buying this to live. Our food, our local content does not even meet international standard. And if it is
that's why it's being smuggled, don't you think?
No. I have friends that deal on this. They have fabricating machines that actually seal up.
Deal on what now? You have friends that deal on what?
Onion.
Okay. Food production.
Dairy.
Okay.
Mainly food production.
Okay.
Now, if you are exporting from Nigeria to the US or Canada now, they expect it to meet international standard, No, to this effect, I went to Anambra State once and I saw where they were trying to export vegetables. And none of this met the international standard, and in less than 2 days, they were brought back. So we have a shortfall in food demand here in Nigeria. Just as my brother had said, bandits are now in control of our food.
So you're doubting that people are actually smuggling food stuff outside the country?
Even if at that, it does not surpass sub-Saharan Africa.
But it doesn't change the fact that it's illegal.
Yes, it is illegal.
Okay.